he was a guy who put a Super Bowl championship game plan together for Nick Foles, and Frank was in the building, and they were Howie's guys. So what fucking changed?
You're right.
Nothing.
You're right. Look, I said
Frank
when John
said
left
it. Without further ado, the man, the myth, the biggest motherfucker I know, he is the man. He is the man of Birds 365, and he's my brother, Big Z. Zander Krause joins us now.
What's up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, how you doing, dog?
I'm good, man. I guess an apology's in order because you're crying. You know, you're crying about. I guess I don't know what I call you. I called you an F.
No, you said shut the. No, you called me a motherfucker.
But yeah, so you know, listen.
Wait a minute, no way. Don't you?
I might have gotten a little emotional in the heat of the moment. Wait a minute,
brothers don't apologize.
Well, I do apologize. All right, and listen, if you're going to come on your Monday show or you're going to come on our post-game show and my Philadelphia Eagles march back with a comeback like that, you know, you're gonna ruffle some feathers. And I said at the start of the segment, you and John, it was a funeral yesterday on the channel wide, because I got funeral member 1 and 2 here, you know, dressed in all black, shitting on the Eagles parade. I'm like, man, that was a good comeback. That's a good football game. I don't care if you're a fan of the Birds or not. You got to tip your cap to a good football game. So I was a little fired up, but I apologize.
Bro, I'll tell you what. I get it, man. Xander, I tell you what, Xander's that guy. You know, I saw, the team. Did I go like this? They sucked for 2.5 quarters, and they got destroyed. Hey, fuck you, dude. Okay? And I'm like, that is so fucking funny, man. Anyway, so what about this Gardner-Johnson thing, man? I've been dying to talk to you about it. What do you, if it's possible?
I hear you and Farzy, and I appreciate your guys' perspective of, if I'm the GM, I'm making that call right away. But I do have a little of a different take on Gardner, and I have a lot of respect for him as a player. I have a lot of respect for what he did for this football team, and nowhere am I about to say I wouldn't sign him. But I will say this. I got some questions. And if I was the GM of the team, I would have some questions. I would look into someone. Look, the Eagles let go of him, and I think everybody, me included, you included, and I think most people in the chat were like, why'd they do that? That was really a bad move. You traded for a bust guy where there was no place for him. And by the way, Kenyon Green, I think they released him recently. I don't even think he's on the team anymore. I don't know. Maybe they brought him back this week.
I think they brought him back to the practice squad.
He's one of those guys that keeps coming and going. But again, they traded away a starting safety for really a guy that had no chance to play here. So I was like, what are they doing here? So you probably think, okay, there's some red flags there. Is it all money like they said? Probably not. Now you go to D'Amico Ryans, who is probably the perfect type of player coach for a player like Gardner-Johnson. Think about it. A nasty defensive player in his day, a guy that can relate to the young athlete. At least you would think that. And then he gets released. I don't know. Like, by the way, the other weird part about it, and I put this, but I don't know if you interpreted my text to you correctly. They already did convert his salary to a signing bonus. That's normally something that players like because, like you say, what's better, money in my bank account or money coming to me in the future? So they converted $6.5 million to a signing bonus, which to me would insinuate this guy's not going anywhere. That's why we're going to give him his money up front and then maybe free up some cap space to make other moves on the team. So I'm thinking, all right, why did they do that and then end up cutting him after week 3? Like, you know what I mean? I did something. That's why I said to you, my something was going off. I think something happened. Maybe it's as simple as he did have a falling out in the locker room. He was bitching about his role and 0-3 start. I don't know. Feels a little too good to be true for me to just cut a guy you just gave $6.5 million to after 3 games. But like they saw him, he had training camp there and stuff. I don't know. I just feel like there's some red flags there, and I'd have to look into them. But to your point, he'd be the best safety on the Eagles right now, probably. Now, let me ask you. Let me make one more take about my concerns. Sorry to keep rambling. You just put a C for better or for worse on Reed Blankenship's chest. They just opted to do that this year coming into the season. Now, Reed's a big boy, and I'm not saying he can't handle it. But Gardner-Johnson is the type of player where do you want to mess up the chemistry and the vocal point of communication on your defense by bringing in a player who in the past already had an issue with anybody giving Reed that type of credit? Remember when Darius Slay said, Reed's the next leader on this defense, CJ Gardner-Johnson took a big exception to it. Now, they're grown men. They're professionals. They'd have to work through that. I'm just saying the Eagles do care about that locker room. They do care about, kind of the narrative and stuff like that. So I wonder if they would think about that part of it. You don't want to undercut Reed. And then also Makuba's the obvious one where you got young guys that are playing so good right now. I think he'd be a good mentor, but is he a good mentor? Like, he's a good football mentor because he's better than Makuba. But is he a good – I don't know. Like, I'd almost rather get Makuba, go through those growing pains, and maybe get a bigger upside. So, not so sure I'm out on it, but not so sure I'm in on it yet either.
2 points, okay? Weren't you the guy that told me I'm not fucking firing a guy because of shitty fucking attitude? I'm firing a guy. You got to coach around that. You said that earlier, right? Okay,
well,
so
I said you got to be careful with players that have that mentality because that's part of what makes them a good football
player. And I agree with you. I'm not ripping you on it. I'm saying that you made that comment
line, though, right?
Because you said this to me. You went like this. Nobody got it. You just got rid of him because he's an asshole? That's not a reason to get rid of a guy. Secondly, if you're the agent for Reed Blankenship, how well has Reed played with CJ next to you in 2 years that he was there? Because you're not really having a great start to your 2025 where you're betting on yourself. You just got a brand new fucking agent. Your agent's looking at you going, well, them young dudes that you got next to you, they ain't helping you, dude. They're getting you turned around. You're looking at some plays back there where you look like you're on an island back there playing in that too high. You get more of an experienced guy. Doesn't that improve the play of him too? So you got to be looking at it like this. If you're Reed, I'm better with that guy than I am without that guy. Don't you agree?
I think that's a good-ass point by you. I didn't even think about that. And you're right. But at the end of the day, the agent doesn't have the decision-making ability to bring in CJ Gardner-Johnson.
No.
So, no. Now, to your point, maybe he says to Reed, hey, if they do ask you, I know you guys might not be the closest or whatever, but that guy helped you, man, play your best football.
You got the two
Super Bowls. I don't know, maybe. Look, I agree. He's better than what we have right now. He is. But I'll say this too. I can't, to be completely honest with you, after 3 games of Eagles football, and it's a small sample size, I haven't come out of one of the games like, man, we better fix safety. Now, has it looked perfect? No. I mean, there's been some busted coverages. There's been some things, but Reed, as Big Marshall will tell you, Reed Blankenship stinks. But I haven't come out of it like, holy moly, we might have to make a move. Now, we did come out of it talking about the cornerback like that. So, I don't even know if it's one of those things where it's as pressing. Like, if it was Darius Slay got released, I'd be like, hey.
No, if this was a corner, if this guy was a corner, you'd have more of a lean going. I'm going to do it.
If Slay got released, I'm all over that, So, I don't know. From that perspective, I'm not sure on whether he's whether the juice is worth the squeeze.
Well, how about this? Let me put this here, but it comes with guardrails. Dude, you're going to make $8 million with all your bonuses this year. Well, that contract is now void because you've been released. So I'm going like $2.5 million. I got incentives on whether you're here or not, playing incentives. Right. I mean, why not make that deal, Zander, where you make that deal like this, where it's high reward and low risk?
Well, you could look at it like that. I mean, I do think there was something put out. Now, I've been working, so I didn't even go and look at it. I know a couple of people said BLG put something out that there is like, I don't know. Apparently, there's like a 4-game thing. Is that true? I don't know. let me go and read this real quick, and I'll just tell you. I'll see what he put out.
Won't be reunion. League states that you can't re-sign a player you traded away than being cut for 2 seasons. I don't see that.
So here's BLG. He put this out. All right, and I'll pull it up here. I'll pull it up here. So BLG puts this out. It seems like the Eagles can't actually re-sign CJ Gardner-Johnson since he did not play a minimum of 4 games with the Texans. And then if you click it open and you read it, reacquisition of a traded player, a player who has been traded cannot return to the club that took such action until 2 seasons have elapsed, including the seasons of the year in which he left the club, unless one of the following exceptions applies. A traded player must have been on the active and inactive list of the assignee club, any club beyond the assignee club or combination thereof for a minimum of 4 regular season or postseason games, after which the original assigner club may reacquire the player by waiver assignment or free agent signing. The 4-game requirement specified herein may span 2 regular seasons if applicable.
Here's the deal, though. He is eligible because he was active and they cut him today, right? They cut him today, right? Which is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, he was active for the 4th game.
Well, no, the 4th game is Sunday.
Yeah, but he was active for the 4th week of that game. He's active at the beginning of the week.
Is that how they look at that? It says pretty explicitly here, 4 regular season or postseason games.
I think this is a CBA question. I really do. I'm going to have to get more clarification.
ZMC's read B. Dude, BLG put out the screenshot. I don't have B. Where do you even get this? I don't know where this came from.
I'm going to have to go deeper into the CBA. Okay. Traded player must have been on the here. Okay, B. A traded player must have been on the active, inactive list of the assignee club and any club beyond the assignee club or a combination, therefore, for less than 4 regular seasons.
Yeah.
That's B. He qualifies.
I see B.
But
he wasn't placed on waivers. He's a veteran.
They cut him.
Player.
He was placed on waivers today.
No. He's a vested veteran. So he's
okay. Well, it's still called that. He was cut. Okay, he was released.
Yeah, so Stills might be right. All right, I'm not sure. I'm reading this and learning this as well as you guys are. DM says that's for non-vested players. CJ Gardner-Johnson is a fully vested player.
That's
what
right.
Stills read earlier is the same thing I found. He's a free agent. It'd be a free agent signing. Maybe.
That's right.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I'm not sure. I have no clue. Is there any other clarity out there? Because BLG never responded.
Yeah, because B is the one he qualifies under. Okay, right. He was fired, dude. So he was released, and he doesn't have to go on waivers because he's vested.
Ask ChatGPT. I don't know. Somebody responded to a ChatGPT response, and BLG was like, "Nah, that ain't real." So I don't know. Who knows? At the end of the day, do the 2025 Philadelphia Eagles need CJ Gardner-Johnson? No.
No, but I'd like to have him.
I hear you. I don't know, man. Vic didn't like that guy.
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
Or wait, was it Vic that didn't like him, or was it Howie that didn't like him?
I think it was Vic. You remember some of Vic's comments in the pressers? He wasn't. Yeah. Oh. He wasn't particularly excited to talk about CJ Gardner-Johnson, and he basically said, "I don't give a rat's ass about him" when they asked about his departure.
So, you still feeling the Bucks are getting blown out by the Eagles?
Yeah, I say one thing at the end of the show. I say one thing at the end of the segment yesterday. I'm like, I'm feeling good about this Buck game. We might blow this team out. Sileo takes that 1 3-second snippet, and he's using it in the whole first hour. He's like, so Zander's been saying the Eagles are going to blow the Bucks out. Do you guys agree? I'm like, man, this dude, I got to. And that's what I said. That's when I reapplied the effort to Big Sileo. I said, I didn't get my prediction yet.
Oh my God!
But in all seriousness, I do feel good because they're hurt. They're hurt pretty bad.
Big time.
And some of their guys that are coming back, like you said, how good are they going to be their first game back? Tristan Wirfs, Chris Godwin. Now, I will say that Ibuka kid, I really like. He's a guy that could beat us. I saw some of you chat debating a little earlier in the show. I think they were picking on or messing with somebody that said that he's going to destroy us. And quite frankly, I would say to Eagles fans, we've played 3 games, and every week we've had receivers beat us, including the likes of Tyquan Thornton. So, CeeDee Lamb racked up well over 100 yards pretty easily and could have had a boatload more. And what's his name last week? Puka Nacua had, a big game. I think he had 120 yards in that game, plus 2 deep passes, one to Tyquan Thornton and one to Devontae Adams. So, I mean, we got a decent secondary right now, but, we got some guys coming in that we're going to have to handle. I wouldn't just sit there and say, oh, Ibuka is screwed. I mean, I don't know. He's a good player. Now, he's got some more to prove, but we'll see.
Do you want to hear what I heard they're going to do?
The Bucs or the Eagles?
The Bucs.
All right, let's hear it.
They're going to go up tempo because of the heat.
Try and gas them
and run stretch plays. They're going to run the stretch plays on them.
That's not going to work. They're going to gas themselves in the process.
Why?
Stupid
They practice and play in that.
Who cares, dude? You heard John. You heard John this
last
morning?
year, I saw you guys want to go. As soon as you got off the bus, you wanted to get back on it.
Yeah, no, that heat is no joke, man, down there.
Hey,
I think our boy Josh. Josh, are you in here? I think our team.
Bro, it is not a joke. It's a fucking real deal. You're not ready for that, and I don't think they were ready.
No, I hear you. I mean, look, maybe, but if I were Tampa Bay, I'll tell you this. My approach wouldn't be, all right, let's just try and gas them. It wouldn't be
when
mine.
I hear the D coordinator telling me that Carter's not in shape, and I hear that in the press conference that your star defensive lineman is not in the best shape,
right.
I'm gonna try to take that as an advantage by gassing the guy by running stretch plays and up tempo stuff. So, somebody asked me, and their PR guy asked me, and I refused to answer. I go, listen here, man. Nah, I'm not going down that route. He goes, is he in shape or not? And I go like this, nah, we're not going there, man. I'm one of those guys that wants to see a fair fight. I want to see a fair fight Sunday, man. I think here's how I see this thing. You think you're running the ball well?
Certainly not.
Bucs are 6th in rush defense. Okay. So that might be a problem since you've struggled in 3 straight games.
If we've struggled in 3 straight games and found a way to have three wins, while struggling running, as you point out.
Your other aspects are winning. I'm just going after one. Hey, you're not that good right now running the ball with the caboose known as Barkley.
No way you just said that. You did not just say. Wait a second.
The caboose right now.
Hurts
is the engine.
Yes. Hold on a second, though. We had this debate. We've talked about it. I'm with you. I'm a Derrick Henry guy. Hey, man. You can't put the ball on the turf.
3 games in a row.
3 straight games. 3 straight games for Derrick Henry.
And they didn't put him back in. My daughter.
Hold the ball.
Hey, my daughter was watching the game. She goes, they benched Derrick Henry. I go, I don't believe
they bench him?
I don't know. They didn't put him back in the game after that. He never went back in.
Saquon Barkley is not a caboose. All right. My editors, if you're listening, please clip that.
Wait, he has 46 yards and 14 carries last week.
Saquon Barkley is a caboose. What?
You don't think he's been a caboose in the first 3 games?
This dude just had the most prolific rushing season in the history of running backs.
How's he been in 3 games?
3 games, caboose. Never change, Big Sil.
He's been a caboose for 3 games.
Yes, Jalen Hurts is the engine, baby.
Jalen Hurts is the engine right now. They've switched roles.
Did you hear Johnny Mack this morning about the offense?
No. What'd he say?
It's all Nick Sirianni. No, it's not the analytics department. Now, I don't know if I believe him on that, but it's not the analytics department. It's not the owner. It's not Kevin Patullo.
Sure.
It's not Jeff Stoutland.
Holy cow. Who fucking believes that?
It's Nicholas Sirianni.
Oh, my God. That's like saying that he has his own keys to the Novacare.
They don't Nicholas Sirianni.
You gotta be kidding me that this, oh my God. So is he saying that he's taking credit for last year too?
I guess. I don't know what he's
saying.
Are you? But I asked because, I said this, like you said.
Does he take credit for the first half then too?
Yeah, right. Exactly. I said it though. You said it to me yesterday and I'm like, shit, Sills is right. He's like, so really, you're telling me they just flip a switch and then all of a sudden they're the best passing team and they have the best passing, and I'm like, oh, that's
like Josh Allen in the second half.
Something changed. Like, I don't know what it was, but something changed when they started to take off. Now, I don't know. I asked because I think Patullo's in the straitjacket too, and I don't agree with Farzetta at all about the straitjacket. I mean, come on, Farzetta, that was a bad take. That was a bad take. I mean, he was talking about, you can't say that when you run to a Super Bowl last year, and it's like, dude, he still was in a straitjacket, but the only difference was their other plan worked.
Yeah.
Right now, their other plan isn't working because teams have caught up to it, which means it's time to evolve. And evolution looks like bringing in your best receiver, your top receivers. So I didn't like that take, but that's fine. He's entitled to it. So did Patullo get benched, or did the Nicholas identity get benched?
Oh, by the way, my question would be this. So Nick was asked a question and he felt compelled to answer. No, Kevin Patullo called plays in the second half. Why don't you just go like this? That's a stupid question. Next. I mean, Kevin called plays. Come on, man. Come on, Nicky. Dude, do you know why John answered it this way? And I'm going to tell you this. We're probably going to have our first dust up on Sunday. So get ready.
I've been waiting for one. I feel like you're walking on eggs.
Wait a minute here. Walking on eggs. No.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my spot. I'm I'm the King Cobra.
Sorry, I should have. I understand you're a little sensitive apparently by my words today, so I have to be careful.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's me. That's me. If you actually think that guy, and it's so important for Bob Lang and everyone to know that Nick has total autonomy over this team, you're fucking high. I mean, honestly, Frank Reich told you that the analytics people are knee deep into giving game plan and stats on how they build their game plan. And then the coaches put the game plan together based off of that. He was a guy who put a Super Bowl championship game plan together for Nick Foles, and Frank was in the building, and they were Howie's guys. So what fucking changed?
You're right. Nothing. You're right. Look, I said Frank when John left, John was in one of those moods today where he wasn't giving it. He didn't want to give an inch. He didn't want to give a millimeter today.
But Frank said it. Frank said it here.
I know. But I did say, I do think that there's more organizational approach. But my point in saying it actually wasn't to chirp even about the front office. It was more about, I don't think Kevin Patullo is actually the guy that has this weak ass play call. I really don't. I think he's been told.
Got him in a sandbox.
Yeah. A very small sandbox too, and maybe smaller because of the inexperience.
And why?
I don't know. I mean, look, here's where it is hard to push
19-1.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's hard to push back on them. Now I am of the belief though that 19-1, 17 of the 20 games you're referencing there happened in a different season with much different circumstances where you had Milton Williams, Josh Sweat, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Darius Slay, and all these different guys on your football team. And a great run, and Saquon Barkley and Mekhi Becton and all these guys that, were a part of a team last year that really is now being looked back on as a historic team by a lot of metrics, from the running game, from the defensive performance, from the Super Bowl domination that they had. So you're not going to be able to duplicate that. So 19-1, yeah, I hear you. But isn't the 3-0 and 3-0 by the flying by the seat of your pants the more important analytic? Yes, they're still 3-0, but your margin is still small. And if teams have caught up to you even 10%, 20%, 30%, which might be less than that, it might be 10, 15, 20%. Well, you got to pick up for that somewhere else because you can't just, smash the square peg into the round hole if that thing is closed up. You know what I mean? So look, this is the beauty of the team. You still have AJ and Devontae. You should be able to get that thing going a little bit more. So that's my one concern with the whole, we're 19-1. Okay. Every year is different in the NFL. Very different.
Every week's different.
Exactly. But even more so the years. So, I don't know, just something to keep your eye on. I do think this team has to continue to try and improve, evolve, and get better. And I'm on AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts' side. Okay, I am.
Yeah, I am too.
I know people will say the organization's right, but I'm on Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown's side. I want them to be able to play their game. I want them to be able to be aggressive because they've earned the right to be aggressive. They're great foot.
I trust those guys more than Patullo.
Dude, they're both top 20, 30 football players on the planet. Let them go, man. Let them play ball, Let them play ball.
Well, let me ask you a question here. Do you think Jalen resents that kind of approach by them sometimes when they think they know better than you because they throw a 19-1 record at them? It's kind of like this. When Michael Jordan got inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, he goes like this. People think that organizations win championships. Michael Jordan went like this. Players win championships. And don't you think that that's a little bit more of those guys talking like this? Hey, bro, you keep talking about that 19-1. That's not fucking you.
Yeah.
That's us.
All right.
We're 19-1. You think you're 19-1.
That's interesting. I mean,
don't
and also
think that 19-1, there's like a power struggle there on that all of a sudden that, hey, wait a minute. We know better than you, and that's why we're doing this approach.
Right. Well, I don't know if I call it a power struggle.
Wait a minute. This is our fucking record. We put 19-1 together.
You're right. I don't think it's reached the point of power struggle yet. I don't. But I think it's fair to wonder that. And I think the other thing, I mean, as any honest fan should do is you should look at what, let's get to the truth. We are talking about an organization that, did fire Doug Peterson because they wanted more control over
and
where
turned out to
and
be
again,
right.
You're right. And they're entitled to want that. But we can also look at how that applies to this current setup as it is today. So, I don't know. I mean, they've been right in the past. Doesn't mean they're going to be right all the time. I mean, if that were the case, we'd have a lot more than 2 Super Bowl rings up in this place. So we have 2. It worked last year and it worked in 17 and 18 or whatever. 17, I guess they won it in 18. But, I don't know. I think Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown are right. I do.
I think so too.
And to be honest with you, I think Saquon Barkley would say the same thing. Yeah, the holes aren't there right now, man. We got to switch this up a little bit. Holes are not there. They don't look like they did in my 2,500-yard year season.
I completely agree with Senor on this. Sirianni gets very defensive when you start talking about play calling and Kevin Patullo.
He always has. Yeah.
Instead of going, we got to be better, he gets defensive on that. And it's one of the things that makes it more accentuated with him and how he communicates that process. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he starts to take more onus of it because he doesn't want his little guy to get all the heat that's coming down on him. He says, I'm kind of responsible for this too in the direction of the team. And before you know it, you're trying to throw life preservers to Patullo. Bro, you're 3-0. You don't have to throw life preservers to anybody. You're 3-0. You're 19-1. We get it. But it ain't you. It's the player. Zander, how does this make sense? How does the organization take accountability for 19-1 when Jalen Hurts has had 6 different coordinators and Jalen Hurts is finding a way to win and he's 19-1? How does the organization really believe that changing out and putting inexperienced coordinators in, you think that that's really in the best interest of a player's development? It is all on that player. I'm becoming more of a belief in this. You are where you are now. It is no doubt by the personnel that you've acquired. It ain't by the heavy thinking. And that D coordinator you have, holy shit. This guy's better than Jim Johnson.
I'm going to give you a response to this that many will not like. And maybe you won't expect. They think Jalen Hurts is the same thing as the coordinator.
Yeah. Replaceable.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's not a knock on Jalen Hurts.
No.
But
it's a knock on nerve mentality. It's a knock on nerve mentality.
This is a team that fired Doug,
Yeah.
Shipped Carson away, didn't care about a cap hit because
Six
they
coordinators.
said we're going to figure this out. We don't need any quarterback. We don't need, now they're winning with this player right now. But maybe to your point, like that's why they're not fully listening to, what they want to do. Because again, they do have that approach. And again, part of it is good. Part of it is that they're right. And sometimes, leaders, however you quantify that organization, owner, GM, Nick, whoever you think the leader of is it. Sometimes leaders have to do shit that some people want to push back on. And not everybody's going to like what the leader's doing, but the leader's doing it for the betterment of the team or the betterment of the group, in this case, team. I don't know. Are they right? They have been. They were last year. Are they now? I think they got to be. See, Lucius, this isn't what I meant. I knew people were going to take it that way. That's not what I meant. That's really not what I meant. I think you got what I meant.
It's their mentality, he's saying.
It's their mentality. It's the mentality of people that their way or no way. They don't give a shit if A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts want to throw more. They don't care. Their beliefs about the organization are what supersede everything.
Let me give you context.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to that. Good.
Let me give you context of what he's saying. They've had 9 coordinators in 4 years on both sides of the ball. They think those guys are replaceable and interchangeable. And look at
they won 2 Super Bowls in the last 8 years with 2 different quarterbacks. That's why I said it about Jalen.
Yeah, and they believe in what they do more than they believe in the people they bring in. They don't care, man. Look, they look at the players as replaceable, like Gardner-Johnson, and look at their mentality, how they replaced Milton. Look how they replaced Josh. Look how they replaced all these other guys. They thought their process was better. And what happened at the end of the day? This guy's making trade after trade after trade. Like 3 weeks going into the season, he made more movement 3 weeks going into the season than he made in 8 months. So, I mean, okay, here. Couple things here. Let me give you my list.
Wait, Senor doesn't often have good comments. So when he does, sometimes it's fun to highlight them. Senor, I love you, brother. Front office mentality is that they built. This is what I meant, though, to respond to Lucius. Front office mentality is that they built the success and they can bring in any coach or players to do what is being done. That's why they said they're a QB factory when they drafted Hurts over Wentz.
That's right.
Exactly right. It's not a knock on any player. It's the organizational approach here, which is also why you have a GM. You won't see this anywhere else in the NFL. That's had how many different head coaches have been under Howie Roseman? I think it's 3 or 4 now. You don't see that often, right? You don't see coaches get fired and a GM not get fired. You know what I mean? That's pretty rare. I don't know where else that might happen. It might be another instance of it, but
usually the GM and head coach are tied together.
That's what I mean. They get hired at the same time a lot of times, and sometimes
Chris Greer in Miami is going to get canned with his hiring of Mike McCann.
Yeah, right.
He's going out the door there. So I got 2 lists here. My top 10 NFL teams. I do it every Tuesday. Tell me if you agree. Number 10, I got the Chiefs. Number 9, I got the Rams. Now this is 3 weeks into the season. Okay. 8, I got the Colts. 7, I got the Commanders. 6, I got the Packers. 5, I've got the Lions. 4, I got the Chargers. 3, I got the Bills. 2, I have the Bucks. 1, I have the Eagles.
Okay, a little high for the Bucks for me.
Okay,
I think they're in the top 10. A little high for me. Like the Birds at 1 right now.
Put the Chargers in that position at 2.
And I'd say I'd flip 8 and 7.
Okay, Colts and Commanders.
Yep, I like the Colts right now a little bit more than I like the Commanders. Who was 9?
The Rams.
I'd probably put the Rams above both of them.
Okay.
The Rams, then Colts, then Commanders, then.
I think the Rams are a good team, man.
I do too. I think they're a really good team. I think they're a good team.
And I think every Eagle fan should think that too, because
and I don't think they had their best game on Sunday. Yeah, I don't think they Matt Stafford left a lot on the table. There was more opportunity for that team to play better. They put up 26 on us, and they've really left a lot on the table. So I think they're a good team. I do. I think the Rams are a good team.
You know what? I would say this to you, man. I could really put the Chargers at number 2. I debated Chargers.
Well, if you're going off of just this year, you could definitely.
Right now, 3 games. Yeah, I'm not.
Right. No. Just 3 games. I mean, it probably looked like one of the better teams now. Again, we're living in liars month still. So
that's
still
right.
got 7 or 8 days to go. Right. 7 or 8 days to go until we can't use that anymore.
It's only 12 quarters of football.
Yeah. So, Bucks are not 2 though in my eyes. Lions are still up there, dude. They put up another 38 points last night. That offense is humming again.
By the Packers.
Well, I mean, that was the first game of the year, right? Okay. Yep. That was in Green Bay, I believe. No, was that not in Green Bay?
It was in Green Bay. It was at Lambeau.
Was that Lambeau? I don't know. I think that was. Yeah, you're right. They didn't look great there.
Divisional game. I got it.
Yeah, I'm going kind of off trend.
Carson's first game. All of that.
The only thing I struggle with, I don't know if I love Jared Goff. I've always said that. I like the way he's very accurate. He's a very timely thrower, gets the ball in the right
I don't know
spot at
why
the
I've
right
never
time.
liked him, and he's a winner.
But I don't like him in playoffs. And, it reminded me of that last year in the playoffs. And, they got shelled. And I just don't like him in the playoffs, but I do think they're a really good football team.
He's gotten to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, the run game is really what's scary there, though. So, Brian.
Dude, and that pass rush, they had 7 sacks last night.
So if the Pumper, who says this about the run game, I do. I think it's the best run game in football right now. If Sills, I'm not going to speak for me because it's not my perspective, but I'm pretty sure it's Pumper's perspective, who has often criticized our quarterback. And we were able to go and win a Super Bowl with what Brian Pumper would refer to as a caboose in Jalen Hurts. So, regardless of what you think of Jared Goff, if they have the best run game, then you are admitting that, yeah, they could go and win it still.
Well, he lost the Super Bowl 14-7 to the Patriots.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, they lost by 1 score in that game. There wasn't a lot of offense, and Belichick had a game against McVay in that game. But, I mean, they can win a Super Bowl with him, dude. If you can win a Super Bowl with substitute teachers and other quarterbacks, you can win one with Jared Goff. I think even Aikman said it last night. I mean, dude, their front seven too with Aiden Hutchinson. He was all over that.
Yeah, he's looking back to form. Remember, he also didn't look very good week 1. So he starts playing better. The team starts clicking. They're a good team. I mean, look, they are a good team. The Lions. Who else did you have in your top 5? You had Bills and
Eagles. I had Eagles, Bucks, Bills, Chargers, and Lions.
Bucks, Chargers, Bills, Chargers, Lions.
I really don't like the Bills that much.
I don't like their defense. Their defense blows.
I don't even know why I got them at 3. I don't really think much of that roster.
Dude, I know why you have him at 3.
It's the quarterback.
It's Josh Allen, dude. He's a wizard. He is, dude. Look, I love good football. I say it all the time. I'm not afraid to say I like other players. A lot of these nerds in the chat won't say, oh, my God, you like any other player. Yeah, I watch football. I like football. I like good football. Josh Allen's one of the funnest players in the league to watch. By the way, I think he looks more mature this season as a player.
Yeah.
He's not as reckless with the football right now. More patient, exactly. And he makes the plays he needs to make to win football games. So I think Josh Allen is the reason you have him at 3. And to be honest, I can't really push back too hard on him, man. Josh Allen is a hell of a player, and he has been able to really elevate an otherwise pretty shitty franchise. Not a big fan of the coaching up there. Not a big fan of the defense. Just not all that great, man. Josh Allen's a hell of a football player.
Last one here, then we'll do the super chats here. I got my top 10 quarterbacks. We do this every Tuesday, folks. Number 10, I got Lamar Jackson.
Just off this year, right?
Off this year, first 3 games. Number 9, I got Patrick Mahomes. Number 8, I got Matthew Stafford. Number 7, I got to say it, man. I looked them all over. I think Dak's playing great football. I got him at 7. I mean,
he's playing.
They're not losing. They're not losing games because of him, dude.
He's playing good football right now.
Number 6, I got Jalen Hurts here. Number 5, I've got Jared Goff there. Bro, I can't believe I even have this. This can't be true. But I got Daniel Jones, man. I mean, bro, he's throwing 72% completion percentage. He's got the most yards passing in the league. He's fucking on fire. I mean, if you're the New York Giants, that can't be a good look. That Shane Steichen guy has turned this guy into some ball player.
And by the way, I don't know. I can't predict the future, but right now it doesn't look like flash in the pan play. It looks like Shane has brought the talent out of the player.
Only injuries will stop that guy's success this year.
And they have a decent lineup there.
Right. That kid Nelson, I told you, man, he's a great player. I got Mayfield at 3. I've got Herbert at 2. And I got Josh Allen at 1. Dude, Justin Herbert has played amazing football.
He's played really good. I still got Josh Allen.
Now again, folks, it's 3 games. This will clearly change. And I think the world will get right by the end of the year. But these are the guys that I have that have come out of the gate with the first 12 quarters of the season. And I do have Hurts because I'll tell you, like I said, you're not 3-0. Like, could you make that move from Goff and Hurts and put him 5? Sure. Could you put him 4 with Goff? Yes. I mean, with Jones. Sure. Because I don't trust Jones. So
Yeah.
Jalen.
Now I'm going to give you.
Up.
I'm going to give you the top graded quarterbacks in football right now.
Okay.
Just graded on PFF. Overall offense. Number 1 graded quarterback right now is Sam Darnold. 91.9 grade, playing great football, again, up in Seattle. All right. Number 2 is actually Dak Prescott. 90.2 grade, 88.7 passing grade. Sills is kind of right. He's playing pretty good football right now. Now, he does have 3 picks, so I'm docking him for that. PFF isn't. I'm going to dock him a little more for that. Number 3 is Matthew Stafford. Number 4 is Josh Allen. Number 5 is Daniel Jones. Number 6 is Kyler Murray. Number 6 tied is Justin Herbert, same grade. And number 8 is Jordan Love. Number 9 is Jalen Hurts. And number 10 is Joe Burrow, who's obviously out now. And then you have Baker right there right after that. You have Drake May.
All of my 10 guys just moved in a different
right, exactly. So I think my point was your list is pretty on par for what's going on this year. I personally have Josh Allen number 1. All right. I mean, 5 touchdowns, 0 picks, 0 turnovers for him so far. He's got his team playing way better than they should be as a Bills team. He's my number 1. Number 2 right now. Fuck it, give me Jalen Hurts. I go Justin Herbert, but I still just have a fear factor with him. I'm sorry, I just do. But 6 touchdowns, 1 pick for Herbert. Put Justin there. Put Jalen there.
You got to trust Jim Harbaugh more.
The only reason I'm putting Jalen too, because a lot of people are gonna be like, "You're a homer." Well, I'm gonna tell you why. One, because Jalen does now have the history that gives him a small boost when you come into conversations like this, just like Josh Allen does. He's an MVP. You give him a little bit of the benefit. Jalen won game number 1 with his legs. All right. Game number 2 wasn't too great. But game number 3, he came right with his mind. Good way to put it. And game number 3, he came back in the second half and threw the ball. Yes. 3 touchdown passes. So
look at
the versatility there.
Look at the 3 different styles of weight.
Exactly.
So that's a great way to put it. There's 3 different styles: mind, ability, and effort.
Yep. Mind, athleticism, right, in the arm.
It's funny you don't have a category. It's funny you don't have a category for that, do you?
No, right. You never will. Number 3, I'll put Herbert for now. Number 4, I'm gonna go just off the 3 weeks here and put Daniel Jones. I think he's been that good. Number 5, I'm gonna put probably Baker, maybe.
Yep.
3 Baker or Stafford.
Hey, 3 scoring drives.
Probably toss Darnold in there as well at some point. Darnold's playing good football again.
I don't know
By the way,
why
I gotta
I'm
get
knocking him.
I think it's. I know why you're docking him. I know why you're docking him.
Last 3 games of the year last year, I can't erase.
Exactly. And you've seen it too many times. Like somebody put in here, Daniel Jones is on pumpkin watch, and I agree. He is on pumpkin watch. But like we've seen Darnold literally turn to the pumpkin, even after last year when he had such a good season. So I think that's probably why you're docking Darnold. Jordan Love, I would put up there, but boy, that was not a good game that he had on Sunday.
And you lost to the Browns.
So, but he's had an okay start to the year. Baker, Mahomes obviously is going to be in there at some point, and I don't really think anyone else.
Putting Dak in there?
Yeah, that's what I forgot. I'm putting Dak in there. Dak's playing good, man. I just don't like the turnovers though. Like, you can't turn the ball over that much. He has 3 picks. He's top of the NFL right now.
You're going to turn
second to Geno Smith right now. I think. I mean, who leads the league in interceptions? Jake Browning has 5 picks. Tua has 4 picks. Geno has 4. Trevor Lawrence has 4. Joe Flacco has 4. And then you got the 3 bunch. You got CJ Stroud, by the way. Hello.
He's coming back.
You've been saying you weren't buying an Ohio State quarterback. He had a hell of a rookie year, but I don't know. He doesn't look the same right now.
Well, he better straighten it out, or he's going to be back in that Ohio State bucket. Quarterbacks that didn't get it done, man, because look, I'm very high on him, and I'm going to give him the benefit here. But, boy, I'll tell you, you better start straightening it out, or you're going to be in that Ohio State bucket there. So, yeah, interesting. Let's get to the Supers, bro.
All right, let's do it, man. Shells, I'm sorry again. All right, you all right over there?
You please. Now you're making me uncomfortable. Now you're making me uncomfortable.
I just wanted, that was for Aunt Betty. You know, I might have to give an extra one because Aunt Betty, she's going to be pissed. Kimberly says,
I'm sorry.
McVay
I'm fucking sorry I said this.
Well, you know, you had to air it out to the public. I had to come back and say,
you know what? It's hey,
I said it on the show. That's why I think it was an apology was in order.
I should know better, man.
Kimberly says McVay went competitive because Stafford's back is bad. Well, how competitive did he go? Because he 4th and 2 like 4 times and he kicked the field goal every time.
I think she means that he went conservative.
Conservative.
Yeah,
okay,
I think that's where she is, where he went conservative. That he did. Maybe that's the case, but man, you got Philly on the ropes, dude. You don't get a chance to put that team on the ropes like that.
Yeah.
You had them and you let them go.
Matt Inferno says, should Fred Johnson move to right guard once Lane is healthy?
No.
Steve, dude, so right now, outside of Lane Johnson, our highest graded offensive lineman is Tyler Steen. My lot is higher than him. But he's the highest interior guy over Landon and over Cam, who both don't look themselves right now.
No, they're not.
So, like, for all the people who, you know, sometimes people get pissed in the offseason, and I get it, you know, there's no way to correct it. And people say, oh, you're worried about the offensive linemen and the surgeries. They're going to be just fine.
We brought it up every time.
Yeah, they haven't had a great start so far. So let's see what happens with Landon, who's still banged up, and Cam Jurgens, who had back surgery, which,
let me ask you this. If you're the Eagles, you still run that tush push when both your guard and your center are banged up like that?
I know.
Ask yourself.
I don't know. I think Beck, you know, Anthony Beck on your show today brought up a good point where he's just like, get down there, your head and your neck. Like, I get it. It's a football play. I know people love it, but I don't know. I mean, that offensive line, we need that.
Do you think that tush push had something to do with his back?
I don't know. Which one are you talking about?
Cam Jurgens.
Oh, you think the back injury had something to do with
the push? You think the back injury had
something? Well, if it did and they're running it, then they're stupid. Because Jalen would be successful without having to do all that.
I agreed.
And by the way, you also have Saquon. Now, I'm not saying that hand it off to Saquon. I'm just saying, I mean, can Saquon Barkley not get me half a yard? I don't know. I feel like he can. All right. So here's Josh. What's up, Josh? Sills, what's your theory on OSU QBs? Go ahead. You can. It's not a theory. It's fact.
Well, name me a quarterback outside of CJ Stroud that's ever been an NFL star in Ohio State. I mean, from Ohio State. In their 160 years of football, name me one. Name me one quarterback that went on to be a Pro Bowl quarterback and led a team to a Super Bowl who was a really great football player. There's not one. They don't produce quarterbacks. You know who else doesn't produce great quarterbacks? Southern Cal. They don't produce great quarterbacks. Carson Palmer? Who else? Name me another guy. Is Caleb Williams good? You think he's great? I don't know. You know, I mean,
he's got talent. I tell you what, that flea flicker throw the other night, the Luther Burden.
Great throw.
Holy shit, that was a cannon, dude.
Great throw.
Caught that thing and let that thing fly, man.
Right. Bama would be wrong because you'd have to go Namath and you'd have to go Stabler, Richard Todd.
Yeah, you'd have to.
They've got Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Yeah, and I guess there is a couple in the league right now that. Yeah. I mean, Jalen. Hey, Jalen.
Yeah, right. Jalen.
Yeah, Jalen's the Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl MVP. Oh. You know, so Josh, appreciate it. Latin, we got that. Big Marsh says, I told y'all, Zander, it's freaking Nick.
Marshall, I agree with you. It's old Nicky Two Shoes.
Nicky ain't wrong right now, though. Until he's wrong, he's technically not wrong.
That ain't your record, Nick. It's Jalen's record.
Is it?
You think that's your record?
Does Nick have that problem, or does the organization have that problem?
The organization does.
Jalen is a Bama quarterback. He got his degree from Bama, Nimrod. Yes, he is.
And he was the SEC.
Don't listen to his. Wait a second. He crashed Jordan Davis's interview with Maria Taylor the other night, and walking out of the room, he said, "Roll Tide" to him, Brian Pumper, because they were talking about Georgia boys. Shut up, Pump.
Oklahoma.
Shut up, Pump.
Oklahoma was a stop.
I got a Jalen Hurts #2 jersey because I loved him because we were both at Alabama at the same time.
Bro, he's the SEC Player of the Year. Come on now.
Yeah, come on, Pump.
That's a great honor, dude, being SEC Player of the Year. Shit, dude, I'd love to have that.
He always says roll sooner when he does that Sunday night thing. Roll sooner. Roll Tide and Oklahoma Sooners. The dorky-ass Sooners.
Sooners are
Brian
good
Pump.
this year.
Yeah, I know they are. Brian Pump says, Sills reminds me of some of our casual fanboys in the chat who Bucky Irving and Buka and Chris Godwin are. These bums thinking Enduri and Blankenshitty are worthy. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, okay, Bucky Irvin is a really good ball player.
A really good player.
White's a good second back they have. And Buka looks like the part. Chris Godwin is coming back. And Tristan Wirfs is also coming back. But no Mike Evans. That kid McCullen that they had too, they're missing. He's out for at least another 4 weeks. But I got to tell you, man, I don't know. I think this is going to come down to the Eagle defensive line stopping the run. And I also think it's going to be on the other end. Let me say this to you, man. If the Buccaneers can get some run game going and they can run the football on that Eagle defense, this is going to come down to the fourth quarter. I think this is a fourth quarter football game.
Nah. Maybe Baker could make it that. Baker's playing really good ball, man. I like Baker a lot.
Yes.
I'm a big guy. Look at Twiz. Look at this Nimrod Twiz. All right, where do you go? Jalen's an Eagle. F-Bam and the Sooners. We are. Shut up, Twiz. We are stinks. And by the way, Twiz, I got a notification your jersey delivered. Did you get it? I got Twiz got a Coop jersey this week. You'll like that. Sills loves Coop. J5 says, I love both of your takes, fellas. Best show ever. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Best show ever. Question. What is the best option for our secondary? Base and nickel? That's what they're running right now. Base and 10, 15% of the time and nickel most of the other time.
He answered it. Okay, nickel, because, hey, how about that, what they're doing? A lot of teams now are blitzing the Eagles on first and second down. I went back and looked at the first 3 games. Dude, there is a high volume of blitzing now going on in the NFL. More pressure.
Especially on the Eagles. That's what John said. If you listen to the Birds 365 show, John subtly will say what his concerns are. Subtly. It takes forever to get it out of him, but sometimes he says them. He says today, his concern is that they haven't been able to pick up the blitz. They've been struggling against the blitz.
Yeah.
Teams keep bringing it. He said that Lane Johnson told them after the game in all of his career, he's never seen someone run 0 blitz as many times as Spags did in that Chiefs game.
And get this. You got the king of blitzes coming up here this weekend. Todd Bowles is going to bring the house.
Dude, I like Todd Bowles.
So good.
I like Todd Bowles.
Bro, me too, man. I have a great.
Yeah, you might like him a little too much. You got the Bucks at number 2. You got Baker Mayfield at number 2. It's like, all right, Sills.
I really don't.
A little bit of Bucks going.
Hold on. I didn't say they're going to win. I did not say that. They're going to have to.
Big Drag says, hey, Z, how do you feel about Brian? I know ball pumper being 0-3 in predictions. He's about to be 0-4 too, Big Drag. Guy's a Nimrod and he knows it. Come on, Pump. Come on, Pump. You got a ways to go. Dio says, we're going to use the power of pickle juice. I don't know what that means.
That's called pickle juice.
Okay. All right. Big Marsh says, okay, since Reed has love, CJ Gardner-Johnson or CJ still helps. We can drop him in nickel and move Cooper to CB2. I don't think they're moving CB Coop out there, dude.
If it's possible and they can
you see that they did run a lot of base last week and they did have Coop on the outside.
I did see that. I did. Yeah. That's the first time I think I've seen that.
Yeah. So that was cool.
All right. I got to pay some bills here, man. I didn't take one break yet.
We're going to have to do a 30 because we got to get to these supers. I mean, these people keep us on the air, dude. J5, as far as personnel, I forgot to add base and nickel. So I guess he's talking about who in what packages.
Correct.
Well, I think you're going to see, basically what you've seen in the first 3 weeks is probably where they're going to keep going. Now, what I want to see is I don't want to see Sidney Brown on the field anymore in base. Just leave him, just leave Makuba, let him learn and improve. That would be my only change.
Guy now.
And Sidney's just a liability. He got blown up.
Did you hear Vic say that Keely's going to get a shot?
Well, that's because the other guys are hurt. Adore and Jaquan are hurt.
How come he can't?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. All right, here's Big Marsh. Understandable, Zander, but what chemistry and communication Reed stinks. He's got a C on his chest, and that's who manages the secondary through Vic Fangio, dude. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Whether you think he stinks or not, he does do the communicating back there.
Do you think he earned it, or do you think they showed it on him?
I don't know, man. You heard Slay last year.
I did.
The next guy.
I don't think. I'm asking you. I'm not.
Well, if you don't have that comment, then maybe you can wonder if they just gave it to him this year. But it seems like he was the natural evolution of it because of what he showed. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
I think his leadership back there is important. I do.
Yeah, Jalen. I disagree. Jalen has solely willed this team to 3-0. I agree with that, Mark.
I completely agree with that.
All right, I think we got them all. You got to take a break. This dude is 7 hours and he goes 4 straight on the National Football Show.
You know why?
Without a single break.
You know why? Because I'm going to do what you just did. Because I'm a motherfucker. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
hey, Xander.
Wait, we never responded to what this guy's second part of his take. Xander, I'm sure Sills has been called worse. Thank you, Josh. He's got his panties in a bind over saying he's out. Like,
oh my God. I will never do that again now.
I might start unleashing on the postgame show. I was so fired up in the postgame show. So, wait a second. We're like 60 seconds into Jordan Davis returning a blocked field goal. Ready? And this is Sills.
Oh, wait.
Saquon Barkley sucks all of a sudden. I'm like, yo, what are we talking about here?
18.59 miles per hour for a guy 330 plus pounds.
Oh, man.
Dude, this guy ran 20 miles an hour down the field at 340 miles.
Yeah, he's a beast, dude. He's a beast.
No, that's freak show stuff.
Jordan Davis is coming. He's coming. I know you see it too because you've totally lightened up.
Well, that's what happens when you lay off the White Castles.
Well, you're right. Big Sills versus J-Wack next week. We need him to fight. Yeah, I agree. We got to get these two in the heavyweight round.
Yeah, well, don't wait. Well, when
I'm tired of Curmudgeon 1 being afraid of Curmudgeon 2 and vice versa.
I wish you'd just say "fuck you" now, then, instead of doing that.
I got to filibuster between you two every week. It's a nightmare. All right, I love you.
I love you, man. I'll talk to you later.
Again, man. Don't get your panties in a bind. We're talking sports. It's Philly.
Okay.
Maybe we launch a new channel that covers the left coast teams. That might fit your style a little better over there.
This is terrible. Okay, wait. Hey, I hope you have a good time watching Jimmy Kimmel tonight.
Yeah, not me. No sport, no football on Tuesdays. Tuesday's worst day. All right, love you, brother.
Man. All right, brother. We'll catch you tomorrow on Bird 365. Let's pay some bills here.